Yo, what is up, PPL fans, and welcome to a specific PPL rules video where we're going to talk about bans, unbans, and more importantly, our Z-move rules. However, should probably introduce myself. I'm Shadi, coach of Bayern Munich in D1 and a PPL admin, and with me is a fellow admin. Introduce yourself.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is Raikkonen here. I am manager of the Niederqueens Park Rangers in Division 2, where I rightly belong. And yeah, we're going to be discussing, as Shadi said, our bans and unbans for this season, and Z-moves and stuff. Both of us have had quite a lot of influence on a lot of the rules that have happened for this season, so we figured we'd be good people to discuss what's coming up. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So the first thing we're just going to talk about is some of the bans that have happened, some quick bans and stuff that has been voted on. So our quick bans that we straight up just didn't even vote on, just went straight away banned: Tapu Lele, Pheromosa, and the ability Power Construct. Straight away, all of them, get out. We don't want you in PPL. I know some leagues are like allowing Lele and stuff, and that's dumb, IMO, because it's a Tapu Lele.
You have your fun with that.
Yeah, but it's not in PPL. Some other things that were then voted on. Battlebond Greninja was banned, along with Magiona as well. They were both voted on, as all the managers voted from D1 and D2, and the majority got both of them banned. Protean Greninja was already banned and remained banned as well, so that's also not in the league for this season too. Shadi, take the next one.
Next up, we have Magiona, which was also voted on. Did you say that? You didn't say that.
I did say that,
crazy.
But you can say it again.
Crazy. Okay, I am getting crazy. Okay, yeah, Magiona was voted as well. A lot of leagues have that allowed as well, but we started doing things and we're like, let's vote, and then people were like, no. So that's how that happened. Then we have Sandforce Lando I, which is allowed now. Sheer Force stays banned, but we voted on Sandforce and people wanted it. So Landorus I, or Incarnate, with the Sandforce ability is allowed. And the last Pokemon thing regarding bans is the unreleased Megas, which are all not allowed, obviously, because we're a Wi-Fi league. We can't use them, I don't think.
Indeed.
Maybe there's some way to do it. Whatever. Yeah, I'm just going to read them off real quick so you know which ones are not available. Those are Mega Latios, Mega Lopunny, I'm sad, Mega Altaria, Mega Gardevoir, Mega Medicham, Gallade, Aggron, Diancie, Heracross, Manectric, Sceptile, Swampert, Tyranitar, Ampharos, Pidgeot, Audino, Houndoom, Steelix, Banette, Abomasnow, and Camerupt. That's a lot of Megas that aren't allowed.
Yeah, I'm right.
Yeah, screw you, Game Freak. But yeah, those are obviously not available because we are a Wi-Fi league. So, you want to take the next one?
Yeah, for sure. So the last thing with regard to bans and such like that, there wasn't too many changes, but we figured it would be good just to kind of get it out there in the video. We do have some move items and ability bans as well. For example, basically stuff that we deem like uncompetitive, things that have like secondary, like the secondary status moves, things that cause like confusion and infatuation, things like that. Confuse Ray, Supersonic, Swagger, Flatter, Double Team, Minimize, Chatter, you get the gist, all banned. We don't like doing that because we consider ourselves a somewhat competitive league. Like we like to have fun, and we're all friends, and we like to bring memes. But at the end of the day, we do consider ourselves a pretty competitive league, so we don't want to. Obviously, Pokemon is inherently RNG based, but we don't want to just have it completely reliant on RNG. We do want to have, some kind of skill be involved in it, which is why Shadi's never won a league. And
YouTube scrub.
Yeah. But there's also some item bans as well. There's Bright Powder and King's Rock, Focus Band, and the Quick Claw. All of them were deemed pretty uncompetitive as a whole. Again, making it too RNG based on the whole, basically. So those are just some of the some examples of some of the moves, abilities, and items that have been banned. But now we move on to, I think, the bit that people are probably going to want to hear about most, and that is Z-moves. So what is going on with Z-moves in the PPL? There's been loads of different leagues trying loads of different things with Z-moves as of late, but what has the PPL decided? Shadi, take us through it.
So we made a bad decision. So as some of you guys might know, I'm in the NPL, and as they do their Z moves, which is 3 Z move users, and they can only use offensive Z moves. So I brought the idea up to the PPL, but people really want to use support Z moves as well, at least occasionally. So I brought the idea up, hey, let's just make one of those. Pokemon can use all kinds of Z moves, so support and offensive. So we'd have 2 offensive Z move users and 1 support and offensive Z move user. That's what we ended up going with. I don't like it. I had the idea and I hate myself for it, but it's here now. So, after the draft, just to explain real quick, every coach gets to pick 3 of the Z move users. 2 are like regular Z move users, only offensive, and then 1 is which we have called the Super Z user during the draft, and that's, you know, the one that can use support moves as well. However, there are some restrictions on those. First up, Extreme Evo Boost is banned. I know it's an EV, but baton passing that is not fun, and even without baton passing, actually, it could be a problem. Then we have the Omni Boost one, so ones that give +1 in every stat, like Conversion and Forest Curse, I think. Stuff like that. Happy Hour mainly. And all Z moves that ban evasion. Ban boost evasion. Almost.
Can you imagine a Z move that just bans evasion? You use that, it's just like, nope, no evasion. Good.
So yeah, those are Z move rules. Rai, I think, kind of likes it, but I hate it. I think he shouldn't be in draft at all, but, you know.
I like it because Z moves are allowed, but I want more Z moves. We had a long discussion about what we should do with Z moves. We had loads of different ends of the spectrum. Like, we had, I think I was probably the most liberal. I didn't want, you know, complete no restrictions. I wanted some restrictions. My original plan was to try and draft Z crystals, things like that. But we had the other end of the spectrum where we had people who just didn't want Z moves at all. Shoddy. So then we kind of came to a middle ground and we had the discussion and we voted on things, and this is what we've come up with. 2 offensive Z move users, 1 status Z move user, which people get to choose for their draft after they've done that. Now, with regard to transfers and things like that, you will have heard Don Fanatic and Shroom Rover talking about transfers in the season. What happens if someone drops a Z move user? Basically, they lose the ability to use Z moves on that Pokemon. If they get a replacement Pokemon in, they don't become their Z move user. They just don't be a Z move user anymore. If you drop your Z move user, that's your own fault for picking a bad Z move user, pretty much. And the last thing about Z moves is don't be salty about Z moves, Shardy. Okay.
I'm salty. I'm very salty. Kay. If I lose to a Z move, I'm gonna be upset and yell at you and throw bottles of things at you.
Throw bottles of things?
And chairs.
And chairs. I think chairs is...
and chairs.
Yeah, I think chairs is more threatening than bottles of things.
I mean, glass bottles hurt, you know?
That's a fair point. I was thinking plastic. Okay, you got me there.
Yeah.
Anywho, I think we're getting a bit sidetracked. Last couple things just before we close this video out. A reminder, if it's been mentioned in another video or not, we're not 100% sure. If you don't know yet, we have a PPL fan Discord server now. A link will be in the description. You can join that and chat amongst the managers, other fans of the PPL. You can become a fan of a certain team. And, you know, support them that way. You get your name comes up in their team colors on the server, and you can interact with other people and have a bit of a rivalry and stuff. It's good fun. We've got, at the moment, I think we've got like nearly 130 people, something like that, in the server. So it's good fun. So you can come on by and have some fun with us.
Yep.
And last thing I guess I want to say, I wouldn't mind talking about this one, Shadi. I know we've been alternating the whole way through, but I kind of want to talk about this one.
Go ahead.
It's my thing. So if you weren't aware, we now have a shop, an online shop where you can buy all kinds of PPL merchandise. So you've got designs for t-shirts and mugs and hoodies and phone cases and notebooks and
onesies for bait.
Yeah, and onesies for some reason. But you can find them all on the link that you can again find in the description. It's to TeePublic, and we have a design for every single team logo of a manager competing this season in the PPL. We got a few classic designs as well of old teams that used to compete in PPL. We've got the general PPL logos. We've got some more designs coming soon. We've got stuff in the works for new designs coming there. So be sure to go and check out the online PPL shop. And if you want to buy stuff, do it. It's great, and it will help support us as a league so we can continue doing more things in the future. So that is, I think, about it for this video, right?
I think so, yeah.
haven't missed
Except I
anything?
should tell everyone to become my fan and buy my merch.
Don't do that. Buy merch, not
Love me.
Shardies. Not Shardies. There are much better people to support than Shardy. Trust me.
Yeah, but my logo is great.
Right, that is going to be it for this video then, guys. Thank you very much for listening into this one, and hope you guys are excited for the season. If you weren't aware already, we've got draft streams coming up soon. Announcements will be going up for that video very, very shortly indeed. If you want to know when the draft streams are, stay tuned on this YouTube channel, as you'll find out when those draft streams are happening. I have been Raikkonen, and he's been Shardy, and we're gonna go now, so bye, I guess.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Yeah, there you go.